Your ability to present remotely effectively is critical. It explains what you want to do. It explains what you've done in the past. And it explains why your idea is the best. Right? The ability to persuade and convince and be compelling in the spoken word is ridiculously important in any profession, but especially in HR. Right? Are you convinced that each and every time you hear a presentation or you hear different people talking, that the best idea always wins? No. Does sometimes the best presented idea win? Absolutely. Keep it simple. When was the last time you walked out of a remote presentation and thought, you know what, this conference call would have been so much better, this webinar would have been so much better if only there were more words on a slide. What this lacked was a dearth of words, right? I wish there were more words. Never happens. What is the best possible you? Let me tell you. How many of you went out last night to dinner? Right? So I went out with my team, right? And let's say you're at a popular fun restaurant, right? So you're at a popular fun restaurant, you're with 6 of your friends or coworkers, and because it's a popular restaurant and you're talking, what do you have to do? You have to be a little louder than normal, right? You have to raise your voice a little bit. You're not yelling, but you're raising your voice a little bit if you're telling a story, right? It's my 5 friends here. You're raising your voice a little bit. Now, you're telling them about something really fun that happened at the conference, right? So what does your face look like? Smiling, right? Animated. You're probably using hand gestures as you're talking. You're in your power pose, right? When you're discussing some of these things. This is what you're doing. Oh my God, this really cool thing was going on. And let's just say you had a couple of glasses of wine, right? That's the best possible you. Please do not write down 2 glasses of wine before I present. That's not the note that you should be writing down. But that's the you I want to see up there, assuming you're not slurring after 2 glasses, right? That's the best possible you. Channel that, because I know you have it in you. That is the best possible you. I stand up when I'm giving a conference call, right? Because where do you think I sound more compelling, more powerful? We heard about power talk, right? Here or here? And they can tell. Right? They can tell. So I stand up. And by the way, the things that I'm about to tell you right now make me look like a fool. The other thing I do, right, if this is my conference room table and the phone's right there, you know what I do? I gesture to the phone. I look like an idiot. All right? This is how I do conference calls. Hello, everybody. I am so excited to be here to talk to you about fiscal 2016 objectives for Project Thunder. We are delighted at what we're going to show you today, and you will love the fact that we've got recommendations that will both save the company money and make us more effective. Do I look like an idiot? Yeah. But what do you think it sounds like on the other end? Great. And no one's ever said to me, Brad, you're way over the top. No one's saying, I have the potential to do it. They've never said it, because when it gets distilled through the bits and bytes of the computer and the phone, it sounds actually interesting and engaging. You also want to build your slides. Seriously, every slide. Right? Have you noticed today what I've done on every single slide? With every single bullet point? Built it, right? Animated. Each and every one. Why do I do that? I don't want you reading ahead. Even if I have very few words on the slide, I don't want you reading ahead. If you only remember one thing from an entire presentation today, remember this. If you build your slides and you're presenting via a webinar, you'll probably be 50% more effective. Because people can't read ahead. They're listening to you. You want them listening to you. You want them hanging on your every word. You don't want them jumping ahead and drawing their own conclusions. Right? Because if I put this whole thing up there, you might have seen build your slides. You're like, wow, why would I build my slides? Building my slides stinks. But instead, I got to bring it to life for you. You heard it in my way, the way I wanted to say it. Build every slide. Now, sometimes I work with companies and they'll say, Brad, building slides is distracting. We're not allowed to do it here. We have a policy against it, or nobody likes it. Right? Now, have you found this to be distracting? No. Now, if every one of my bullet points flew in, spun around, and exploded into the Star Spangled Banner, that would be distracting, right? But I just build them. I'm an extremely old man. I presented, this is going to be hard for some of you to realize, I presented before we had PowerPoint. Does anyone remember life before PowerPoint? How did we present? Acetates on overhead projectors. Millennials, ask your grandparents about those. They were these big, heavy, hot devices, and we put these acetates on top of them. And when you were presenting live, do you remember what they taught us to do? You put it up there, and then you cover it with an opaque sheet of paper, right? And then you slide it down one line at a time. We had to physically build our slides. And then Bill Gates invented PowerPoint, and we don't have to do this. All right? Build your slides. Announce yourself. If there are multiple people of the same gender, and if you don't have a really awesome sounding British accent, you have to announce yourself. So, hey, this is Brad. Here are my thoughts on that, right? Every time it comes back to you, because I've again been like, who's saying that? I don't even know who's mentioning that. Say your name each and every time, and then beware of mute. You know what I'm talking about? You hit mute, you say like, this guy's an idiot. Oh, you're laughing like you've never done it.